What is going on, YouTube? I am Lamont at Large, and today we are at the Hendersonville Memory Garden Cemetery in Hendersonville, Tennessee. We're about 15 or 20 minutes outside of Nashville, Tennessee. There's some famous country music singers buried here. We're gonna go show some of their graves. Ladies first, of course, this is Mayborneaxton. She was born in 1914 in Texas. She was a country music songwriter. She was very, very famous in her time. She wrote over 200 songs, 14 of them were on the top 100 country charts. And she also wrote a song for a very young up-and-coming singer. I don't know if you've heard of him. He went by the name of Elvis Presley. She wrote his hit song, Heartbreak Hotel. And she was a influential person to many country singers, Willie Nelson, Reba McEntire, just to name a few. Okay, this is Shelby Woolley. He was a country singer and an actor. He was born in Eric, Oklahoma, and as a teenager, he worked as a rodeo rider. And then later on, he went to go form his own band. He performed on a few local radio stations in Nashville, Tennessee. And then he signed his first big record contract with Bullet Records in 1946. Later, he signed with MGM Records. Got into a lot of movies. He did a lot of movies, about 60. Was in country westerns mostly. And he co-starred with Errol Flynn in the 1950 movie Rocky Mountain. Quite a career. Shelby Woolley. This is country singer-songwriter Big Johnny Russell. He was a member of the Grand Ole Opry since 1985. One of his hit songs was Catfish John, which reached the country top 20 in 1972. And as a songwriter, he is most famous for co-writing Act Naturally. It's a song that was both recorded by the Beatles and Buck Owens. And every time he would start a performance, he had a saying. He would say, "Can everybody save me all right?" The legendary big man with a big heart, Johnny Russell. This is musician and actor Charlie Walker. He began his music career in the 1940s in Dallas, Texas as a singer and guitarist with Bill Boyd's Cowboy Ramblers. And after a stint in the U.S. Army, he formed the Texas Ramblers, performing around Corpus Christi. And also he worked as a radio DJ. He was inducted into the DJ Hall of Fame in 1981. He was also in the bioepic about Patsy Cline called Sweet Dreams. He played a country singer cowboy in that movie. Wasn't a far stretch, of course, because he was already one. Ladies and gentlemen, World War II vet, actor, singer extraordinaire, Charlie Walker. This is Howard Jenkins. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Jenkins, don't know the name Jenkins. So you may not know him if you're a semi-casual country music fan, but you definitely know his younger brother, Conway Twitty. He played in the band with his younger brother for many, many years. He also had his own band, the Phillips County Ramblers, who had their own show every Saturday morning on a radio station, KFFA in Helena, Arkansas. I got a funny story about Helena, Arkansas. I probably can't tell it on this channel, but a weird little town that I will be passing through sometime soon. Anyways, here he is, Howard Jenkins. Gene Shepard, November 21st, 1933 to September 25th, 2016. Member of the Country Music Hall of Fame, first female in country music to sell 1 million records. Jean was the only female to have been a member of the Grand Ole Opry for over 60 years. 73 of her singles made the country music charts. At the time of her passing, she had recorded 63 albums. And her words to all, quote, "Love me while I'm living. Please don't wait until I'm gone and then chisel in marble warm love words on ice cold stone. I told you I was sick." This here is the grave of Burkett Howard Graves, better known as Uncle Josh. He was a bluegrass music and a pioneer on top of that. He was credited with revolutionizing bluegrass music by playing the resophonic guitar, or the dobro, when he joined the Lester Flats and Earl Scruggs' Foggy Mountain Boys band. At the time, he was one of only 5 known professional dobro players worldwide, but his ability to dazzle audiences and radio listeners coast to coast on Nashville's WSAM AM gained him a legion of fans and brought back into prominence a musical instrument that was fading from memory. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Josh. This is the grave of country musician, actor, born Ferlin Eugene Husky, better known to country fans all over the planet as Merle Kilgore. He was raised on a Missouri farm and learned how to play the guitar when he was around 10 years of age. Following service with the U.S. Merchant Marines, where he served as a troop gunner in the European theater during World War II, he went to work for a Missouri radio station before he moved to California, where he was a disc jockey in Bakersfield. At that time, of course, Bakersfield was the happening place. Bakersfield was basically the Nashville of the West Coast back in the 50s and 60s. He joined the Grand Ole Opry, which led to a record contract with Capitol Records, and his hit Gone. He followed that with other hits, including Wings of a Dove, and he acted in films including 40 Acre Feud, Hillbillies in a Haunted House, and Swamp Girl. In 1977, he underwent open heart surgery, and then from then on, he would have heart problems all his life. And on February 6, 2005, he passed from heart failure. Really a man and his wife that need no introduction. This is Johnny Cash with his wife, June Carter Cash. She was a part of the Carter family, very well-known singers in their own right. They met when she signed a contract to tour with Johnny Cash for $500 a week. She was also offered $500 a week to star on a variety TV show with Woody Allen. Boy, I bet she's seen that curve ahead, so she made the right decision. And later, he proposed to her on stage in Ontario, and they were married for about 35 years. This man had a huge impact on many of my favorite rock and roll bands. And I remember when she died in 2003, I was wondering about Johnny Cash, because usually when the woman dies, the husband always follows suit and rather quickly, and that's what happened here. He died about 4 months after she did. What else is there to say about him? I mean, probably the most famous guy here, Johnny Cash, with his wife, June Carter Cash. In my own estimation, will never be quite another voice like that ever again. Very unique voice he had. This is Reba Cash Hancock. This is Johnny Cash's sister, January 28th, 1934 to March 5th, 2006. She was pretty famous in her own right. She was pretty famous in the gospel sector of things. She was a film producer. She produced 2 gospel movies, A Story of Jesus in 1973, and This Is Your Life in 1970. This is flashy guitar legend Joe Mathis. I'm just going to say he's a guitar legend as well as a country music legend. If you go on YouTube and watch some of his videos, he was a guitar shredder before they even knew what a guitar shredder was. He's best known for performing with his wife and their country music duo Joe and Rose Mathis during the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And if you are a guitar person, I appreciate good guitar skills. Go check out some of his videos. Pretty interesting to say the least. He was a flashy guy, and I want to say of all the guitar players in country music, that guy looks to be the best to me, at least with his fingering anyways. He was a double neck guitar player, as you can see on the stone. He is buried alongside of his son, Dale Mathis, right there. And right up there, right next to Johnny and June Cash. And buried at the foot of her mother, June Carter Cash, is her daughter, Rosanna Lee Adams, July 13, 1958 to October 24, 2003. She was a bluegrass singer, performed on a couple songs with her mother and stepdad, Johnny Cash. She died very tragically. She was found dead on her tour bus. Autopsy was determined that she died from carbon monoxide poisoning. She died just a month after Johnny Cash and 6 months after her mother. Okay, this is the graves of Mother Mabel Carter. To her left is her husband, Ezra J. Carter. They are the parents of June Carter Cash, and as well to their right is their daughter, Anita Carter. They were founding members of country music's first family, the Carters. They had a lot of influence on country singers, musicians, bluegrass, and later on, Anita Carter, she branched out on her own and had a couple hits of her own, including Bluebird Island, Down the Trail of Aching Hearts, Busted, and I'm Gonna Leave You in the 1970s. A very influential family, to say the least. Okay guys, that concludes the video. Just some of the graves of the many famous singers and songwriters that had an influence on country music as it is today. Live but not live, but still alive by the grace of God. I am Lamont at Large. I will catch up with you on the next vlog. God bless and peace out.